So guys, here we are. If you still recall, this is where we left off when we dealt with our first application of a delegate, and we declared a delegate inside of a namespace and not inside of a class. But let's check if we can take this and we insert this delegate inside of a class. Let's try to see what will happen. Okay, so inconsistency, accessibility parameter and all that, so I can just make it public and check if the error will disappear. Yes, there it is. So let's just go to the main the program. Here we are, and the type or the namespace greeting delegate could not be found. All right, so let's just go back there. We said that public delegate void, and okay, let me come here and make this static. It is impossible. So right, so this is just a public delegate, but when you come inside here you will have some problems. So the best thing is to declare your delegate outside. Sorry, let me just cut this. Declare your delegate outside of a class but inside of a namespace, and by doing that you will be correcting many errors. So this is very important. So what is it that I want us to do today? Now today we will create composed delegates. And what does that mean? It simply means that whenever you want to create a composed delegate, you are therefore also saying that you want to assign one delegate to another using the equal operator. It's a possibility that you can do this. You can assign one delegate to another using the equal operator. You can also add to one delegate, like as we always add using the plus plus or the plus equals, and then we can add to a delegate. This is one most important thing. We can combine delegates into a composed delegate that calls the delegate from which it is built. So this is exactly what we will be looking at for today, and we will see exactly what is happening. Right, we are still going to use this class in order to demonstrate exactly what this is all about, and then from there we will see exactly what is happening. Now let me just give you a brief summary of what we did in the previous tutorial of our first lecture when we dealt with the delegates. We gave all the explanation as to what a delegate is, and then the return types, the signature in short of how a delegate should be. And then we created a class that was greeting, and then we had a method hello and goodbye, and we had another method which is a greet method which accepts an object and a string, and we ran everything and we understood exactly what was happening. This is exactly what we did. All right, this time what we will do, we are of course going to leave the method hello the way it is. We will leave the goodbye as it is, and we will also leave the greet method the way in which it is. But what I will do, I will go into the main. Let me just come here and just comment a few things. So let me just come here and just comment a few things. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I still have this. Okay, let me not comment. Something just comes to mind. I still have this greeting delegate which accepts two objects, first del and second delegate. Right, let us continue with this. So we are inside of the main, just as we were previously, and we created two objects and we invoked those methods inside a method which is a greeting delegate which has two objects. Okay, that is fine, no problem with this. So we will keep everything here going upwards the way in which it is, and we will still have those names, Sekese and Papa Fanzo. These are the two brothers that comes from the same mother. This is very important. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say first plus it's equals to the second. You know exactly what this means. So there's nothing mysterious about this. You know exactly what this means. So we are adding two objects. Let me read. Reading is something that you should never and ever in your life forget to do. You can also use the plus equal operators to combine delegates into a composed delegate that calls the delegates from which it is built. This is exactly what we are doing. And we will try and check exactly what the answer will be when we have done this. So what am I saying now? I am adding this object which is first delegate inside. I'm adding the second object inside the first object. So this is the same as saying first delegate equals first delegate plus second delegate. We dealt with this, you know this. You should just go to check our tutorials if you are new to this channel, so that you understand exactly what is happening. And then remember, I said I'm going to write my tutorials in that order of increasing numbers from 1 to the very last tutorial that I post, so that you can follow the sequence in which things transpires. Right, now let us try to run this. Now let us try to run that. Let us try to run that. And I want to show you something. Let me just comment this one. Right, let us run this. Now, check what is happening. Remember what we said. We said now this combines two objects. First equals first plus second delegate. Now check what is happening. I want you to notice the difference. Let me just comment this one. Let's just run this one. I want you to notice exactly what is happening. When I run this one, I have the greeting is hello Seke. So you know exactly what is happening here. We dealt with this in the previous tutorial. All right. Now let's run those two. Now check what is happening. The greeting is hello Sekese, goodbye Sekese. Why? The greeting is hello Sekese, goodbye Sekese. Now, what have I done here? I took the first delegate, which is equals to the first delegate plus the second one, and I'm storing that inside of this object first delegate. Now, the first one says that the greeting is hello Sekese. That's exactly what this one does. Very, very important. Because look what I have inside of the first delegate. I have the hello method. So I will get the greeting is hello Sekes. And look at what I have inside of the second object, goodbye. And then I have this goodbye Sekes. Because when you come here and you check inside of goodbye method, it just say goodbye and then it takes in the argument. So it just takes in the argument Forgive me, guys, I was just disturbed by somebody. Okay, let's continue with that. So we were trying to explain here. So when this runs, we will have this goodbye seconds. And look what I have called there. It's goodbye. I didn't invoke this method inside of this object. Please check. Look, this is just a goodbye method, and the goodbye method the goodbye method just says goodbye seconds. This is exactly what we have here, goodbye seconds. But now with hello, let's go here. Look what is happening with this one. With this one, the first delegate, I am sending in hello. Where is it? Here it is, hello seconds. But it is very important that you check something here. What is this? I am combining hello seconds with the greet method. And what will the greet method do? The greet method will say the greeting is this. So which one needs to be invoked first? This is very important. The first one that will be invoked, look here, the greet method. So the first thing that will transpire here, it will go inside of the greet method, and then it will say the greeting is, and then it will go to the hello. It will go to the hello method. The greeting is, now it goes to hello, hello seconds, and then it will say goodbye seconds, because the goodbye is in here. I don't know if there's a better way of explaining this, but I have tried my best. This is exactly what is happening. So this is how you can combine two delegates and have this composed delegate, and you can run it exactly the way I have shown you, and it will do exactly that which you want. Okay, we will deal with event handlers at some time. For today, I'm not interested using the built-in event handler. We will deal with that. Now let me go and look at some other delegates and see if there's something that we can code so that we at the end of the day understand. Right, that is fine. I have found something. Let me just press any key. So now I want us to do something new. So I am just going to come here and I'm going to say, okay, I know I can just come here. Please let me not waste anything. And I can just add, a new item. And this item will be a class. And what can I call this class? I'll just call this a discount delegate. So I'll just call this a discount delegate, and I'll just press enter, and everything will be created for me that is necessary for me to begin. And I also want to reiterate that we are still dealing with first year, second semester work. Right, this is just the second year, second semester in the Central University of Technology in Bloemfontein, and also in Welcome campus. The lecturers dealt with the delegate in our second year, first semester. So please see it in that light. And now they are giving introduction to coding, but using Python. But we will deal with Python some other time. For now, we are so much in love with the C# programming language. And we will see many of the things here, how the collections work, the generics. We will look at that. We will also look and try to look at the link and the threading system.task, thread.sleep, and so on, how many milliseconds and everything. These are just the things that are very important. How do we change the color of the console, and many things will be dealt with, many things. I inspire you to subscribe, like, and share, so that I can impart and impute you with the greatest understanding of all times. Right, one thing that we will do, we have created a class, and I have said now this class is a discount delegate. Now this is very important. This is just the name of the class, but remember, it is important that we declare our delegate outside of the class but in the same namespace. Makeba, very important. So I will have a delegate because this is exactly what we are busy with. The return type will be void, and I will call this the discount delegate. So I'll just say discount underscore delegate. Very important. And this discount delegate will accept a reference parameter of type a double, and I will call that the sale amount. Very important. And then remember, a delegate doesn't have a body, you just terminate with a semicolon. Very important. These are just the basics that we should always keep in our mindset. Right, now that is fine. Nothing new and nothing mysterious about this. And then secondly, what we will do now, we will just create a class. Let's just come here, new item. We are going to create a class, and we will call this class the discount. Very important. So we have a class which we just call the discount. Let's just end the class. Right. And then one most important thing that I will do inside of this class is just to have a public, a static. It will be public and also static, so that I can access whatever this is via the name of the class. And it will of course return void, and I will call this the standard discount. I will just call this the standard discount, and the standard discount will accept one argument, which is a reference parameter, and then it will be of type double, and I will call this the sale amount. Very important. Right, remember, this is just a method. Very important. Right, and then in this method I will have some few variables that might give us a clue as to what we are doing here. The first one will be a constant, and it will be of type double, and I will call this the discount rate. I will call this the discount rate, and because it is a constant, I know that I should immediately assign it a value. So we have a discount constant double, which is 0.05. okay, that it's fine. So because I will need another constant, let me just use a comma there. And then the second one will be of type double also. It will be a constant, and I'll just call that the cut off. This will be the cut off, and the cut off value will be 1,000. Right, that is fine. And then I will just have a double, which is what we call a discount, and then I will not assign it any value. So I have a field, a variable of type double, which I call a discount. Right, and then immediately after that, I will want to have an if statement, and I'm saying if the sale amount that I will accept as a parameter, reference parameter, if that sale it's bigger or it is equals to the cutoff. So I'm saying the value that I will accept as a reference parameter, if that value is greater or equals to 1,000, then there is something that I want to transpire. Or I can just leave these brackets. I most of the time do not love having them whenever I am dealing with if statements. There are some conditions where I will be forced to have them, but in most of the time I don't love using these curly braces, right? And if that condition is true, then I want the discount. How do I calculate the discount? Sorry, like let me just okay, I don't want to use a capital letter for this discount. Let me just use a small letter. After all, it's just a variable. So I want to calculate the discount I want to calculate the discount, and I want the discount to be calculated as follows. You take the sales amount and you just simply multiply the sales amount by the discount rate. This is very important. So I know that the discount is equals to sales plus sales multiplied by the discount rate, and then I'm adding that to the discount. Very important. Else if this statement is not true, then what is it that I want? I want the discount to be equals to 0. We dealt with many of this, so I'm not going to explain a lot. And then the sales amount minus is equals to the discount, and you also know exactly what is happening here. So we are saying if that statement is not true, it will go to the else. It will initialize the discount with a value of 0, and then the sales will be equals to the sales minus the sales. So sales is equals to sales minus the discount. This is exactly what it means. So what are we doing here? We are taking the sales and then we are minusing the discount, and we are storing that inside of sales. So that is to say, we are taking the value that you have inserted here as a reference parameter, reference value, call by reference, and then we are subtracting that from the sales. We are saying sales is equals to sales minus the discount. So we are taking that value, we are minusing the discount, and we are saving that inside of sales. So if this statement is not true, so what it will do here, it will take the amount minus the discount and save that inside of sales. This is very, very important. And then remember what is happening here. So the sales, what are we doing to the sales now? We are decreasing that value by the discount. Do we have the discount? Do we have the discount? No, we do not have the discount. This is very, very important. So we still have to find a way as to how we can get this discount. But one thing that we know is that the discount will be calculated if you enter the if statement, the way in which I have explained. And then here we are taking the very same discount, which will come as a double, and then we are minusing that sales minus that discount, and we are saving that inside of sales. But we will see exactly how this works. So let us not go deeper into that. Right, okay, that is fine. What we will do secondly, we will have a method. So I am done with this method. Let me just end a method. We are done with that method, and then we create another method. It will be public, it will be static, it will return void, and I will call this method the preferred discount. I will just call this the preferred discount. And this method will accept a reference parameter which will be of type double, and I will call that the sale amount. This will be called the sale amount. Okay, that is fine. We understand what is happening. And then inside of this method, I will declare some few things. First of all, I will have a constant that will be of type double, and I will call this the special discount. And the special discount will be equals to 0.10, and then I will calculate, or I will have a variable which I will call, let me not do it here, I will have a variable that I will call a discount, and it will be of type double, and this variable will be equals to sales, and then I will multiply that by what now? I will multiply that by the special discount. So this is the standard discount. It is a 0.05 with a cut-off value of 1,000. Now I have another method which is a preferred discount, which also accepts a sales amount. Very important. And then I am calculating, I have a constant double, this will not change. It's a special discount of 0.10%. Very, very important. Right. So the double discount, how do I calculate that discount? I take the sales amount and then I multiply that by the special discount. So this is the same as saying sales plus sales multiplied by special discount and adding that to the discount. Okay, that is fine. And then once that has been done, once I have had this, now I want to go to the next line of code. And then I want to say the sales amount minus is equals to the discount. So what am I doing here? I'm saying, all right, sales amount equals sales amount minus the discount. So what am I really saying? I'm saying, all right, take the sales amount and subtract the discount which you have calculated here and add that to sales amount. That is exactly what I'm saying, and we dealt with this many times with you, so you understand exactly what is happening. Right, be that as it may, right, the first thing that I will do, I'm going to modify some things here. I will call the discount delegate first of all, and this discount this discount delegate will still have the first object and the second object. This is very important. But before I can even go there, let me just declare a double and just call this the amount. Right, or let me just say it is sales amount. Very important. Right, so I'm having a variable here which is of type double, and I'm saying this is a sales amount. Right, and then secondly, I want to have a char which I will just call a code, and then now I invoke this method, the delegate, and then I have two objects, which is first delegate and second delegate. Right, in order for that to work, let's go and check where we first had this delegate. I think it was inside of the discount. Now this delegate will return void, and it accepts one argument, a reference. So when I am inside of this discount, the methods that I will pass on to this delegate, first of all, they also have to return void and accept a reference type of double argument. Remember the signature in the first tutorial, we dealt with this. So I enlighten you to go back and check. Right, we can continue in this. And then we can now say, let me just get rid of this. So I will say this is equals to new, and this is the discount delegate. And then what am I sending inside of this discount delegate? Right, I have a standard discount, but it will not appear here because I have to invoke that via the name of the class. Let's go to the discount. You see, I have a static method which is a standard discount, so I will have to access that via the class name because the method is static. So I have to come here and say discount, which is the name of the class, and then press the dot, and then this will be called, and then I want to invoke the standard discount. Okay, let me just do that. Right, so this is the method. Right, we are continuing in this. We have sent this discount.standard, and let's new. When we look here, discount delegate does not contain a constructor that takes one argument. So they say to us the discount delegate, let's go there. Where is the delegate? Discount, here is a delegate, and it accepts one argument as a reference. This is very, very important. So we are here and we are saying the first delegate, first del, the object is equals to new. We are reserving memory for what now? For the discount delegate. And I'm sending in a standard discount method. And we have a problem with that. We have a very, very serious problem with that. That is fine. The second one is equals to new, and then let me just send that. Discount delegate, and then I'm going to go to the discount. I'm going to go to the discount dot, and then what is it that I want? I want this method, the preferred discount. Right, that is fine. Let me just get rid of this, and let me just get rid of that. All right, that is fine. We do not have any problem with that. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I'm here, I want to have an import using static system.console. Very important. Right, the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to prompt. I will have a write statement, and in this write statement I will say enter amount of sale. Right, I know that when the user enters an amount of sale, I need to save that inside of something. Hence, I declared a double sales amount. So sales amount equals, let me also import the convert. Right, secondly, what I will do, I will just say to double sales amount equals to double. Oh, okay, there's a mistake here. I'm looking for the convert. Very good. And then I will just say to double, and then I will just say read line. Right, so that is the sales amount. Very, very important. I prompt, I read, convert, and store. That is fine. And then I will have another write statement. And in this write statement, I will just say to this particular individual, enter S for standard discount or P for preferred discount. So I will say enter S for standard discount or P for preferred discount. Very important. And then I know that he will enter that, and I will store that inside of a code because it is a char. He is only entering a letter, so it is a char. So this equals to char, and then I will just read that. I will read, convert, and store. Papa Fanzo. Right, and then I will need to run an if statement. And I will say if the code, if the character that he is entering, if that character is S, this is the assignment operator, the double equal sign operator. We dealt with this. So please go and check our tutorial. If the individual enters a character which is an S, now what is it that I want to do? I want to say first delegate, and then I know that this object must accept a reference parameter which I will call the sales amount. This is me. Right, let us check that. I'm therefore saying, okay, the first delegate, which is this one, will accept that, and then let's hover over this. First del is not null here. Method name expected, so it is expecting a method name. Okay, let's leave that. That is the if statement that I have, and I always told you that I don't love using these brackets. They are not really my thing. Sorry for that. All right, let me go to the else, and then in the else I will say the second del, the second del, and then it accepts one argument which is a reference, and I will also send that sales amount. Very, very important. And then I will have a write line statement, and I will say a new sale amount is and I'm going to use placeholders, and then I will have my comma, and I will say sales amount dot to string, and then I want you to insert a currency with 2 decimal places. Very, very important. Right, we can continue with our code now. What is the problem now? Why are we having this? Because it says the discount delegate does not contain a constructor that takes one argument. Let's go and look at the discount delegate. Okay, let me go to discount delegate. So underscore. So I did not invoke the correct one here. So let me say discount underscore delegate. Very, very important. And let me check. Discount underscore delegate. Yes. Discount underscore delegate. Discount underscore delegate. And we immediately have a problem with that. As you can see there, we are having a problem with that. And then we set that the discount delegate, here it is. Discount underscore delegate. Our Papa Fanso. When you are gifted, you are gifted. There's nothing that we can do. Right, here we are having two objects of the delegate. Very good. Now, the first one is equals to new. I'm reserving memory. I am calling in the delegate just as it is inside here. And I am passing in two methods because the signatures are the same. This is nothing new. This is the same as the first tutorial that we dealt with when we looked at the delegates. Very good. And then I'm having a write line. Remember, it will accept that value via a reference. Right. And then I'm having a write statement. Enter the amount of sale. Sales is equals to double read line. That is fine. Secondly, I will read, convert, and store. I have now the sales amount. Secondly, enter S for standard discount or P for preferred discount. I will read, convert, and store. If the character that this person enters is S, then the first delegate, this object, I am passing in the sales amount as a reference with a ref keyword. And when you hover over here, you see it is that value. But I know that value will be as if it is inside here and there, because it is by reference. Because when you enter that amount, it will, this method will need to take that amount which is a reference. You need to use the ref keyword there. It's compulsory. It is compulsory that you use the ref keyword. Why? Because your methods accept a reference parameter. So it will be when you enter that value will come to this method and to that method, and then it will do whatever that needs to be done. Right. I want us to run this code. And when we run that code, I want to draw your attention to the if statement here. Right, we are running this. Let me do this. When we run this, we know that the cutoff is 1,000, and only if that sales amount is equals to 1,000 or bigger than that will it ever come to this one. If not, it will make the discount 0. There is no discount. And then what will it do? It will take sales. Sales is equals to sales minus the discount, which is a 0. So the sales will remain exactly with that amount which you have inserted, which is whatever value. Very important. But if the value that you are entering, it's a value that is bigger or equals to 1,000, it will say the discount now, it's equals to what? It will take sales plus sales multiplied by the discount rate. And then it will store that inside of the discount. Very, very important. Right, and then when I invoke the standard discount method, whereas if I use the preferred discount method, because look what I have said. I said in the first object calls in a standard discount method, whereas a second object calls in the preferred discount. So if you did not enter an S, you have entered a P. So it will go to the second delegate, which is a preferred discount. And how do you calculate that preferred discount? You have a preferred discount, which is a special discount of 0.10, and it will do this. Right. Suppose I want to invoke the standard discount. First of all, let me enter a value that is greater or equals to 1,000. And I will enter 1050 and I will press enter. And then you see now, enter S for standard discount or P for preferred discount. Now let me take you to the main. We are done with this one. A value was inserted, it was read, converted and stored. So I know the value of the sales amount is 1050. Now we want to know that you prefer the standard or the preferred discount. Now I'm going to enter an S and I will press an enter. The new sales amount is 997 Rand 50. Right. And when I enter S, it will invoke the standard discount. Let's go here. We want to know how they got that value of 997 Rand 50. Where? Here. Because I know I entered S for standard. And because the value was bigger or equals to the cutoff, this was done. Let's see how that was done. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is to go and find my calculator and bring it to you. Now, here is my calculator. And let me just bring this one up here. And here we are. We want to calculate that value because I know that this calculation was executed. Now, what is the discount? It is equals to sales. The sales is 1050. Very good. And then remember where we are. We are here. Sales plus sales amount. And multiply that by the discount rate, which is what? 0.05. 0.05%. And what is the answer? I get 1050,525. I get this is the 0.05% of 1050 when you add that to 1050. But were we adding there? Here, the discount is equals to sales times the discount rate. I get? Right, but the value was depreciated. So let's go here and use subtraction and enter that. And then this is exactly what we get, 1045.475. Okay, that is fine. Right, we want to know the new sale. Now let me check how we calculate the new sale. Where was the new sale? Okay, there are no calculations in here. Okay, the discount delegate, that's fine. And then the new sale, let's check. Let us check. So what we need to do, we need to take sales amount and minus that discount. So in other words, we should do the following. What we need to do there, because the new sale amount, it's the this sales, which is 1050 minus 1050 multiply by the discount rate, because this person entered S for standard, multiplied by 0.05, and then I get this value now, 997 rand 50. This is the new sales amount, because there was a discount of how much? The discount was 0.05. So please do not enter a percentage here. Please just enter that 0.05. Very important. Or if you don't want to do it like that, you can just say 5%. And that will still give you the value, because 0.05 multiplied by 100 is 5%. So you can say 5% or 0.05, and then you will get that value of 997 rand 50. And then what is that now? That is the discount. This is very, very important. Very, very important that we understand this. Right, now that you have understood what is happening, okay, let me just repeat this once again, just for understanding purposes. I love to be understood the way in which I should be understood. Right, you understand what is happening to these methods, right? Nothing new. Let's go to program. You know that I have created new memory so that I can reserve memory for the objects and so on. I have sent just what now? The methods that encapsulates a certain functionality in the method delegate. Very good. Nothing is new here. I just prompt read, convert and store. I just prompt read, convert and store. But if the code is S, you have entered a character symbol S, this will be executed. So always you say first, and then remember this method accept one argument. Remember please, it accepts one argument, which is a reference. Please, in fact, let me go to the delegate here. This delegate accept one method. Let me show you something. When you are here, look what you are saying here. You are saying the object, the first object, you have now sent a method to the first object, but the method inside standard discount, standard discount accept a reference value, which is sales amount. So now that I have created an object here, I must send in a value which is required in the standard amount using the ref keyword, and then everything happens the way it should. So guys, I think this is all what I wanted to share with you. I hope that you have understood, and therefore I will see you in the next tutorial.